All right, so today we are going to do a distillation, a liquid distillation. What a distillation is you take a liquid and you boil it, you turn it into steam, and then you cool the steam down back into the liquid form and you collect it in a different location. And the reason you want to do that is if the liquid for some reason is not clean or is bad or anything like that.
Or like if you're in the wild or something,
yes,
and you can't find water.
Exactly. So if you're in the wild and you run out of clean water and you want to get clean water to drink, this is a great way to actually do it. One of the things that I want you to do is maybe find other reasons as to why you would want to clean your water and do a distillation on your water. So here's the challenge I'm going to give you. First, I'm going to give you the challenge. I want you to turn off the video. And then I want you to try to figure out how to do this with the stuff that I have supplied for you. So the first thing is I'm going to color the water. All right, so the water, I color it purple. So if you have food coloring, you should use food coloring. Thank you, Sam. We'll mix it up. So we have this purple, yucky, disgusting water. We want to do a distillation on this in order to get it nice and clear. All right, so these are the things I want you to use. I want you to get a pot, all right, the top for the pot, a bowl of some sort, a smaller bowl that will fit inside of here. So I'm not going to tell you exactly how to do this because I want you to figure it out. And then water, and if you have food dye of some sort, you can color the water, or if you have something else that you can put in there.
And that could also be any color.
That's right, it could be any color. So these are the 4 things I want you to use. Obviously, you're going to use your burner because when in a distillation, we got to boil the water, turn it into the gas phase, and then cool it back down. Yep, and then
water.
That's right. We have to reform it back in the water, but we want to keep the impurity, which in this case is our dye, our purple dye. We want to keep that away. So we're trying to.
At the bottom.
Well, let's not tell everybody how to do it yet. So what we're going to do is take this, distill it, get nice clean water, and keep the purple away. That's basically what a distillation is. All right? So I'm going to stop this video, and you try to figure out a way. See if you can do it first, and then when you come back, I'll show you how I do it. Okay, so hopefully you're able to do it, figure it out. I'm going to show you how I would do it. All right? So the first thing is I'm going to take the purple water and pour it in here. And in fact, let me just get some more water just to have enough water in there. Okay. And I'm going to bring it over to the burner. Why don't you walk over here? There you go, nice and steady. I'm going to put the water on here. And then I'm going to take the bowl, and I'm going to put the bowl in here, and if you notice, the bowl floats. You want to see if you can look in there? See how the bowl floats on top of that water? Mm-hmm. All right, which is exactly what we want. And then I'm going to put the top on, but I'm going to put it on upside down, because you notice it has the curve. So what's basically going to happen, once you come over here and look in here again, is as I heat the water up, let's turn the burner on. As I heat the water up, it's going to start to boil. It's going to turn into a gas, and it's going to turn into a liquid on top of this top here. And because it's curved, it's all going to pour down right into the bowl. And that is basically a distillation. Now, in order to make this go a little bit faster, if you wanted to, you can take ice and put it on top of this and make this really cold. So as soon as the steam hits to the top of this, you can actually see it starting to steam now. Let's look back down here. If it steams down here, it'll hit the cold, and it will turn into a liquid much quicker. All right, so that's how I would do it. Let's put it on pause, and when I come back, I'll show you how it's starting to collect. All right, it's been about 5 to 10 minutes, and the water's finally starting to boil, so I want to show you what's going on. So you can see how all of the condensation is being formed on the glass, and you can see, because of the fact that it's curved, you can see it's starting to all roll down and collect right here. You kind of see that? And it's dripping down into the bowl. So as it drips down, it gets caught into the bowl rather than going back into the purple solution. And that's basically a way to distill water. When we come back, I'll show you the side-by-side comparison. Okay, now you can see it's starting to distill over. Now in order to make this go a little bit quicker, or to cool down that water quicker, what you can do is you can take ice. So go ahead and take a bunch of ice and put it on top of the glass. Just be careful. The one thing you guys have to be careful of is everything's going to be very hot, so don't touch this without a towel or a mitten of some sort.
Last time we did this, the towel caught on fire.
Yeah, we don't have to tell anybody that.
Okay.
All right, so you can put the ice on here, and the ice is going to cool that down. And by cooling it down, once the warm steam hits it, it's going to hit a colder surface, so it condenses back into a liquid. You want to tell them?
I don't know.
Okay, so it condenses back into a liquid much quicker. All right, now the thing is obviously this ice is going to melt, and you're going to get a puddle of water there, so you'll have to remove it, and you'll have to pour the water out. But again, be very careful. Use a towel. You don't want to burn yourself.
Yeah, like the towel.
When we come back, I'll show you the side-by-side comparison. Okay, so it's probably been boiling about 20 minutes. I did put some ice, so if you look on it right now, you can see that some of the ice is starting to melt. There's a little bit left, and there's kind of a puddle of water there. But you can see the water is dripping you see that spot right there? That's right where all the water is dripping. And you can see it dripping into the bowl. All right, so at this point, just keep it on here. I'm gonna take this off. Be very careful not to spill that water. I'm gonna pour it into the sink. All right, go back. All right, and then if you look inside of here, once you look real quick, you can see the boiling water on the side and the water that I collected right in there. So what we're gonna do now is turn this off. I'm gonna grab the bowl, which is gonna be very hot because it's in boiling water this whole time. And let me get a paper towel real quick.
Oh, I was gonna get one.
Oh, thank you, buddy. Just gonna wipe this down real quick. This is hot. I just want to get all that purple dye off the bottom of it. And we're gonna pour that water into here.
This is the new water.
This is the distilled water. Look at how clean that is. And then if we go back, compare to the purple water. Let's grab a ladle here. And this is still the dirty, yucky water that was being distilled. Just a side by side, just to show you what we started with. Yep, so you want to show them what we started with?
Sam, come on.
We started with
The purple water,
yeah,
right?
and then
we distilled it.
to water.
Right, just the water came over, but that purple dye and all the other chemicals that are in water
went down, and the water rised up with steam.
Right, so this is pure water. Now the water we get from the tap has fluoride in it. It also has it has possibly magnesium and calcium and
maybe a little bit of sodium.
And a little bit of sodium, has a whole bunch of minerals and other ions in it. But when you distill it, you just have 100% water. There's nothing else in it. All right,
and
so hopefully,
as you can kind of see, there's a really big difference in the one on the left and on the right.
Yep. And maybe when it cools down, we'll taste the distilled water to see if it tastes any different.
Well,
That'd
when
be
it
cool.
cools down.
When it cools down, yeah. All right, so also make sure safety, because everything is going to be very hot at this point.
Yep.
All right, well, hopefully you learned something about distillation and you saw it in process, and see if you can do some research on where there are other ways that you can do a distillation, or where we see a distillation in our everyday lives. All right,
All right, bye.
Science on.
Okay, so now we are going to try the distilled water.
All right, go ahead, Sammy. You try it first.
We cooled it down just for a little bit, though.
It doesn't taste like normal water.
It doesn't?
I am Zach. This is Sam. I'm the filmer.
It doesn't.
It smells. It kind of smells like dishwasher water.
It's a little bit weirder. It's weirder.
To me, it tastes like macaroni. I don't know why.
Well, yeah, but let's say you were stranded on an island somewhere and you had no clean water, and this is what you had, and you knew it was safe because it didn't have any parasites.
I would drink the ocean water than that.
Oh, it's too much.
Why would you drink the ocean water?
I don't know. That's so much bitter. I don't like it.
All right, guys.
Well, this is what it started off like, as a purple, nasty, junky, chemically germy water.
Right.
And we transformed it into distillated, clean water. Let me take one more sip.
That doesn't taste that good.
Yeah,
That tastes like macaroni.
It tastes like macaroni.
All
All right, let's say bye.
It tastes like
You do
olives.
flavor.
It tastes like olives for me. I don't know
Olives.
why.
All right,
Peace
say
out.
bye.
Peace out.